You're not thinking anymore, you're copying, scrolling through ideas that aren't yours, emotions that aren't yours, and dreams that were sold to you. And the worst part? You think this is freedom. Friedrich Nietzsche warned us about this over a century ago. He didn't just talk about God's death. He warned of something far worse, the death of individuality. He saw it coming, a world where people no longer live by their own values, but by the comfort of the crowd. Where being accepted replaced being authentic, where the herd became holy. Nietzsche believed that democracy, religion, and modern morality were turning humanity into a single, obedient mass, a world of last men, he called them. The last men don't dream of greatness, they dream of safety. They avoid risk, they avoid conflict, and they worship comfort as the highest virtue. Sound familiar? We scroll, we consume, we repeat, but we rarely think. We've become addicted to agreement, to fitting in, to saying what everyone else says just to belong. We call it empathy, tolerance, open-mindedness. But Nietzsche saw through it all. He called it decay, the slow death of the human spirit. He said, "He who cannot command himself must obey." And today we obey more than ever. Algorithms decide our opinions, trends decide our goals, and fear decides who we pretend to be. Nietzsche's entire philosophy was a war cry against conformity. He believed that life's meaning wasn't found in comfort, but in the struggle to create yourself. He wrote, "Become who you are." But how can you become anything when every part of you is designed to please others? He saw society moving toward a kind of moral anesthesia, a world where everyone is equal not in greatness, but in mediocrity. A society that hates difference because difference is dangerous. And to Nietzsche, danger was sacred. He believed that true freedom isn't peace and it's tension. It's standing alone in a world that demands you kneel. It's saying no when everyone says yes. It's walking your own path knowing you might never be understood. He called this path the journey of the Übermensch, the overman, the one who creates values instead of following them, the one who dances on the ruins of the old gods and says, "I will write my own commandments." But look around. We've become everything Nietzsche feared. We measure worth in likes. We trade individuality for approval. We follow trends, influences, ideologies, anything that saves us from the terror of being alone with ourselves. We've built a world that rewards sameness and punishes difference. Every opinion is a copy, every belief is a brand, and every truth is an algorithm's product. We're so connected that we've forgotten how to be alone, so informed that we've forgotten how to think, so entertained that we've forgotten how to live. Nietzsche would call this the revenge of the herd, because the herd cannot stand those who stand apart. The herd demands conformity. It calls it morality, but it's really fear. He said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will often be lonely and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." Nietzsche lived his philosophy, even when it broke him. He rejected society, religion, and even comfort itself. He lived alone, writing with fire in his veins, knowing that his words might not be understood until long after his death. And he was right. Because now, more than ever, his warning has come true. We live in the age of conformity. Everyone wants to be unique, but in the same way. We wear rebellion like a fashion trend. We've turned authenticity into a marketing tool. Nietzsche didn't want you to fit in. He wanted you to overflow, to create your own truth, to shape your own world, to become a storm in a world built for silence. But how many of us dare to do that? How many are willing to be hated, misunderstood, or even forgotten, just to live honestly? Nietzsche believed that most won't. Most people would rather be safe than sovereign. They'd rather obey than create. They'd rather be comfortable than free. That's why he despised the comfort of the last man. The last man is the future of conformity. He has everything, pleasure, safety, equality, but no purpose. He no longer believes in God or greatness or even himself. He blinks and says, "We have invented happiness," and the crowd cheers, because the crowd loves the lie. But Nietzsche didn't give up hope. Amid the decay, he believed a few rare individuals would rise, those who refused to bow to comfort, who refused to drown in the noise, who refused to trade their fire for approval. He called them creators, the artists, the thinkers, the rebels, the ones mad enough to stand alone and shout their truth into the void. The ones who understood that life is not about peace, it's about becoming worthy of your own existence. He wrote, "You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you rise anew if you have not first become ashes? That's the price of individuality. You must be willing to destroy the version of you that others built, to unlearn what the world taught you to love, to rebuild your soul from your own chaos. And when you do, you'll realize something terrifying and liberating. No one can save you. No one can define you. No one can tell you who you are, because you are still becoming." Nietzsche's message isn't about rejecting society completely. It's about never surrendering your inner voice to it. It's about creating values, not inheriting them. About standing on the edge of the abyss and saying, "Yes, I choose this. I choose to live as me." You are not born an individual. You become one. And that becoming never ends. So ask yourself, are you living your own life? Or are you just echoing someone else's dream? Because the world doesn't need more agreeable people. It needs more creators, more thinkers, more individuals brave enough to be hated for being true. Nietzsche would tell you, if the crowd loves you, you're probably doing something wrong. So here's the challenge. Stop trying to fit in. Stop waiting for permission. Stop chasing comfort. Your individuality is not a trend, it's a rebellion. And every time you choose truth over approval, you resurrect something Nietzsche thought was dying, the power of the self. He said, one must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star. The question is, do you still have any chaos left? Or have you traded it all for calm? Because in the end, the death of individuality isn't caused by others. It's caused by our willingness to surrender it. If this idea struck something inside you, if you felt that whisper of rebellion, that hunger to become more than what you've been told to be, then don't let it fade. Feed it, build it, live it. And remember, greatness doesn't come from following the herd. It comes from walking alone and not losing yourself in the crowd. If Nietzsche's warning still feels alive today, if you're ready to think deeper, question more, and reclaim your individuality, then subscribe for more. Because this isn't just philosophy, it's a war for your mind.